Hello, my name is Choi Jonghyun, and I'm gonna present about the book versus Preach Zarathustra. The author of the book is Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche. He was born in October 15th and he was died in August 25th. He was a German philosopher and cultural critic, composer, poet, philologist, and Latin and Greek scholar. The novel begins with Zarathustra descending from his cave in the mountains after 10 years of solitude. He wants to teach humanity about the overman. The overman is someone who is free from all the prejudices and moralities of human society and who creates his own values and purpose. He arrives in the town of the cow and announces that the overman must be the meaning of the earth. The people on the people in the town seems not to understand Zarathustra and not to be interested in the overman. At the end of his first day among people, he resolves to speak to those individuals who are interested in separating themselves from the herd. The first part is made up of individual lessons by Zarathustra. They cover most of the general themes of Nietzsche's major philosophy, though often in highly symbolic and obscure form. The struggle toward the overman is often symbolically represented as climbing a mountain, and the spirit of the overman is often represented through laughter and dance. And also he used a famous story about camel, lion and child which represents limits and overcoming of human being. Zarathustra is harshly critical of all kinds of mass movements, so he suggests people to struggle against those movements. The culmination of Zarathustra's preaching is the doctrine of the eternal recurrence, which claims that all events will repeat themselves again and again. Only the overman can embrace this doctrine, since only the overman has the strength of will to take responsibility for every moment in his life and to wish nothing more than for each moment to be repeated. After the preaching, Zarathustra assembles a number of men and they enjoy a feast and many songs. The book ends with Zarathustra joyfully embracing the eternal recurrence and thought that all joy once deep eternity. The most impressive story for me is the story of camel, lion, and child, are used, which is used as example of overcoming one's limits. In this story, human has to recognize his position himself. Then he begins as camel, which has its burden of life. It also involves the meaning of obey. And then the next step is being lion. The lion should fight against the things that make him to live as camel. It could be institutions, systems, or relationships. The last step of being overman is being child. That means being the pure condition and only work for enjoyment. However, I don't agree with this statement, because in my opinion, the pleasure, which is the main thing of the being child, is not the final purpose of life. It is just one of the process of the life, so I don't agree with the context of the book. Thanks for listening.